Are you ready to learn 18 phrases about jobs and careers and have a dialogue with me? That's right. In this video, you and I are going to have a dialogue. Get ready to speak. Hello, my name is Maddie from POC English. On YouTube, you usually see teachers teaching something, and then you listen, watch, and take notes, and maybe practice, right? But you never get the chance to speak. In this lesson, I'm going to change that. First, you and I are going to have a dialogue, and then I will teach you the new phrases and vocabulary in the end. In this dialogue, I'm going to be your boss. And then you will be my manager. Your name is Bob. Okay, Bob? Are you ready? Let's start. Bob, I hate to break the news, but our sales were down again last month. Yeah, these days everybody is shopping from our competitor, Joey's furniture store. That's true. They charge top dollar. Well, they must be doing something right over there. Meanwhile, we're about to go belly up. Well, let's face it, your advertising campaign was a disaster. It's too late for that. You are fired. Yes, I have already found a new manager. She is as sharp as a tack. There is no point in arguing, Bob. I have already made up my mind. Whoa, please leave before I lose my temper. Bravo! Well done! And now it is time for the new words and phrases. The first phrase was to break the news. But what does it mean? To break the news is like you break it? No, to break the news means to tell bad news. To tell somebody something bad. For example, I don't know how to break the news to her. I don't know how to break the news to her. It means I don't know how to tell her the bad news. Or another example, she was diagnosed with cancer and the doctor broke the news to her family. The doctor told her family about her cancer. So to break the news means to tell someone the bad news, right? The next one is to cost an arm and a leg. Now what does that mean? Cost an arm and a leg? When something costs an arm and a leg, it means it's very ridiculously expensive. For example, the coat cost him an arm and a leg. The coat cost him an arm and a leg. It means the coat was really ridiculously expensive. The next phrase is a very informal one. Top dollar. But what does it mean? Top dollar means a very high price. For example, I pay top dollar for my classes. I pay top dollar for my classes. It means I pay a very high price for my classes because I love them. Or another example, they charge top dollar for their service. So we can say pay top dollar. We can also say to charge top dollar. They charge top dollar for their service. It means their service is very expensive. The next phrase is gives me the creeps. Now, what does it mean when you say something or somebody gives you the creeps? When something or somebody gives you the creeps, it means it or they make you feel nervous or afraid. It's a feeling of nervousness and fear. For example, I really hate snakes. They give me the creeps. They give me the creeps. It means they make me feel nervous. And then scared, afraid. They give me the creeps. Tell me, what gives you the creeps? The next one is very, very useful. Be about to. What does it mean? Be about to means be ready to. When something is about to happen, it means it is going to happen soon. And remember, instead of be, we use am, is, are, or was, were for the past. Here are some examples. The ceremony was about to begin. The ceremony was about to begin. It means it was ready to begin. It was time for it to start. It was going to start soon. Or another example. He is about to get mad. Stop joking. He's about to get mad. It means he's not mad yet, but he is about to. He's close to becoming completely mad. And now I am about to teach you the next phrase, which is to go belly up. Go belly up? Well, belly is this part of body. It's called belly or tummy or stomach. Now, to go belly up, what does it mean? It means to go bankrupt. Go bankrupt? What does that mean? If a company goes bankrupt, it means it cannot pay its debts, so it has to shut down. For example, the company was about to go belly up. The company was about to go belly up. It means the company was so close to going bankrupt. The next phrase is save the day. What does that mean? To save the day means to do something to stop a failure, to prevent a failure, to save the day. For example, the company was about to go belly up, but the advertising campaign saved the day. The company was about to go belly up. It was close to becoming bankrupt, but a good advertising campaign saved the day. It means it prevented the disaster. It prevented the failure. Or, for example, the other day we were playing soccer and then we were losing, but my last minute goal saved the day. It means I scored a goal in the nick of time in the last minute, and then that goal saved the day. It prevented a failure. We didn't lose. The next phrase again is very useful. I use it all the time. Let's face it. Let's face it. What does it mean? Let's face it? It means let's be realistic. Let's accept the bitter truth. Let's accept a difficult reality. But how can we use it? For example, let's face it. Moving to a new house was a bad decision. Let's face it. Moving to a new house was a bad decision. It means let's accept it. Let's accept this bitter truth. We made a bad decision by moving to this new house. Let's face it. Let's be realistic. The next phrase is back to the drawing board. This is a very useful phrase in business. We use it when an idea hasn't been successful and we need to come up with a new idea. So we say, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's start from the beginning. For example, the government's tax policy was a failure, so they had to go back to the drawing board. The government's tax policy was a failure, so they had to go back to the drawing board. It means they had to start from the beginning to come up with a different policy. Look at this phrase. What does it mean? To give somebody the axe. You know, axe is a tool, right? It's a tool that you use in order to cut firewood. But here, as an expression, to give somebody the axe means to fire somebody, to dismiss somebody from his or her job, to give somebody the axe. For example, his boss gave him the axe. His boss gave him the axe. It means his boss fired him. His boss told him to go home. I don't want you here anymore. And the next one, as sharp as a tack. As sharp as a tack, what does it mean? When someone is as sharp as a tack, it means he or she is very smart, is very clever. He or she is as sharp as a tack. For example, the new manager is as sharp as a tack. Perhaps she can save the day and stop the company from going belly up. It's a very interesting example. I have tried to use 3 or 4 of the words that we have learned. Let's read it again. The new manager is as sharp as a tack. It means the new manager is very smart. Perhaps she can save the day. Perhaps she can prevent a failure. And stop the company from going belly up. Belly up, bankrupt. Stop the company from going bankrupt. The next phrase is a phrasal verb, to talk something over. What does it mean, to talk it over? To talk something over means to discuss it with someone else in order to understand their opinion about that. For example, the employees had 2 weeks to talk the proposal over with their families. The employees had 2 weeks to talk the proposal over with their families. It means they had 2 weeks to discuss it with their families and to see if they agree with the proposal or not, and to get back to the company and accept or reject the proposal. They had to talk it over with their families. The next phrase is, after all. Now, we use after all in the beginning of a sentence, and it means the fact is, or basically, as a matter of fact. For example, you should invite her to the wedding. After all, she is your best friend. You should invite her to your wedding. After all, she is your best friend. In fact, she is your best friend. As a matter of fact, she is your best friend. Or here's another example. I know I'm a good teacher. After all, I have almost 500,000 subscribers now. Which means, I know I'm a good teacher. As a matter of fact, or in fact, I have 500,000 subscribers now. Alright, let's have a break. I would like to thank every single one of you for being my subscriber, for watching this video. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to receive the free PDF file of the summary of this lesson and every other lesson I post on YouTube in your email address, just go to my website, pocenglish.com. The link is down in the descriptions below. Click on the link, go to the website, enter your email address, and hit subscribe. You will receive the PDF files each time I post a new video, so you can review it easily. Okay, the next phrase, no point in something. What does it mean? When you say, there is no point in something, it means there is no reason to do that. It means it is not worth doing it. For example, there is no point in worrying about the things you can't change. There's no point in worrying about the things you cannot change. It means it's not worth worrying, right? What can you do? Can you change it? No? Then why do you worry about it? There is no point in worrying about it. The next phrase is to make up your mind. To make up your mind means to make a decision, to decide. For example, he finally made up his mind to attend the meeting. He finally made up his mind to attend the meeting. It means he finally decided to attend the meeting. Or, I have finally made up my mind. I want to get married. I have finally made up my mind. It means I finally decided. The next one is, again, a phrasal verb, to put up with something or somebody. What does it mean to put up with something or to put up with somebody? It means to tolerate them, right? Without complaining. It means you simply tolerate without saying anything. You say, that is bad, but all right, I'll put up with it. I can't put up with my boss. I want to quit. I can't put up with my boss. I want to quit. It means I cannot tolerate my boss anymore. I just want to quit. I want to go out. I don't want to work anymore. The next one is an adjective, dead end. Now, when you say a dead end job, you're talking about a job that has no future prospect. There is no room for improvement. You cannot get a promotion because there is nothing higher. It's a dead end job. You can go nowhere with it. He realized that working at that restaurant was a dead end job. He realized that working at that restaurant was a dead end job. It means he realized that there is no future for him there at that restaurant. He's not going to get promoted. And finally, the last phrase we're going to learn together is to lose somebody's temper. Now, when you say, I lost my temper, or my boss lost his temper, or you lost your temper, it means you became angry. When I arrived late, my boss lost his temper. When I arrived late, my boss lost his temper. It means my boss became very angry. And that's it, guys. We have learned 18 phrases about jobs and business and career. Plus, we've had a dialogue. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson and see ya.